Hi, my name is Christian Jason from 10 Social 2 number 8. Today I will present the result of my presentation entitled The Invention of the Telephone. It was at this time 1876 until 1877 that a new invention called the telephone emerged. It is not easy to determine who the inventor was. Both Alexander Graham Bell and Eliza Gray submitted independent patent applications concerning telephones to the Patent Office in Washington on February 14, 1876. Bell in Boston at the time was represented by his lawyer and had no idea that the application had been submitted. Gray's application arrived at the patent office a few hours before Bell's, but Bell's lawyer insisted on paying the application fee immediately. As a result, the heavily burdened office registered Bell's application first. Bell's patent was approved and officially registered on March 7, and 3 days later, the famous call is said to have been made when Bell summoned to his assistant, Mr. Washington, come here, I want to see you. Confirmed that the invention worked. Alexander Graham Bell, 1 year younger than Lars Magnus Ericsson, had been born in Edinburgh. Bell's interest in telephony came through his mother, who was deaf, and his father, Alexander Melville Bell, who was a teacher of elocution, famous for the phonetic transcription system he had developed to help the deaf learn to speak, and which he described in a book entitled Visible Speech. The Bell family migrated to Canada in 1870. 2 years later, Alexander Melville Bell was offered a teaching post at a school for the deaf in Boston, in the United States, but he successfully recommended his son for the post instead. Father and son were at this time working together to try to discover whether sound could be made visible for the deaf with the help of telegraphy. But many others had already been pursuing the idea of telephony for years. A resolution of U.S. House of Representatives in June 2002 claimed that Bell had nefariously acquired and exploited an apparatus, the teletropono, invented by Antonio Meucci long before Bell and Gray. One damaging piece of evidence for Bell was not the Meucci material has disappeared without trace from the laboratory at which Bell was carrying out of his experiments. In the 1880 proceedings initiated by the American government charged Bell with fraudulent and dishonest conduct and claimed that his patent should be revoked. Thus, these proceedings were discontinued after Meucci's death in 1889. and the expiry of Bell patients in 1893. A later investigation published by A. Ewart Evanson in 2000 claims that Bell attorney acquired technical details from Gray's attorneys that are said to have been added to Bell's patent after it had been submitted. The whole saga has elements reminiscent of the thriller. One salient fact was the Bell saw no need to take out patients for the telephone in Nordic countries. This meant that anyone anywhere that was free to manufacture and sell the telephone. Bell presented the telephone before a large audience for the first time at World Exhibition in Philadelphia in June 1876. In audience was not P6 William Thomson, who in August that year presented Bell's telephone to the British Association in Glasgow. In Sweden, on September 30 that year, the Dagens Nyheter became the first newspaper to refer to speaking telegraph, an apparatus that plainly and clearly conveyed the words uttered at one end of the telegraph line to the other. The first version of the Bell's telephone, as it was described in the patent application, was not suitable for particular purpose. Only after a relatively thorough reconstruction, to quote Hemming Johansson, could a telephone be designed for large-scale production. The Bell Telephone Company began operating on July 11, 1877 in the same month. The first usable Bell telephone arrived in Europe to be presented in Plymouth to the British Association by the Chief Engineer of General Post Office, William H. Price, in the presence of Bell himself. Thank you.